The trouble with weakness is that people have been taught to see it as something to be avoided, hidden, or even worse, exploited. We live in a world where strength is idolized, where power is currency, and where people wear their resilience like armor. But beneath every armor, beneath every carefully constructed mask, there are always cracks. And if you pay close enough attention, if you observe without desire or agenda, you will see that what people call weakness is often the most honest, unfiltered expression of their humanity. But here lies the great paradox. The more you try to spot weakness, the more elusive it becomes. The moment you search for vulnerability with the intent to use it, you blind yourself to the deeper truth. Because what is weakness, really? It is not some failing, not some defect to be capitalized upon. It is the part of a person that has remained soft despite the hardening effects of the world. It is where their humanity remains untouched, where their soul has not yet been shaped into what society demands it to be. If you wish to see where a woman's walls are thin, where her defenses falter, do not approach with the eyes of a hunter, nor with the mind of a tactician. Look with stillness. Listen with patience. Do not seek to define her before she has revealed herself. The moment you try to fit her into an idea, an expectation, a preconception, you have already missed her. You will not find a person's weakness in what they willingly offer. You will not see it in their curated stories, their polished smiles, or the way they present themselves to the world. You must observe them in the spaces between words, in the pauses that linger just a second too long. You will find it in the way their voice falters ever so slightly when certain topics arise, in the way their hands fidget when emotions swell beneath the surface. Weakness is in the moment she speaks of something painful but quickly laughs it off, as if trying to convince herself it doesn't matter. It is in the way she changes the subject when something touches too close to home. It is in the hesitation before she opens up, the small inhale before she decides whether or not to trust you with the truth. And yet, it is not only in the things she hides, it is also in the things she fiercely protects. You see, people guard what is most precious to them. The deeper the wound, the stronger the defense. The greatest fears, the deepest insecurities, the most tender hopes, these are often wrapped in layers of indifference, sarcasm, or coldness. A person who has been hurt before may act as though nothing can touch them, as though they need nothing from anyone. But indifference is often just a mask for something else. But here is the real question. What will you do with this knowledge? If you seek weakness to gain control, you have already lost, because control is an illusion. The moment you try to manipulate, you step into a game where no one truly wins. You reduce human connection to a transaction, and in doing so, you strip yourself of the very thing that gives life meaning. Instead, observe with understanding. If you must spot weakness, do so not to exploit, but to empathize. Not to use, but to see. Because once you truly see another person, not just the version they show the world, but the one they keep hidden, you begin to understand that strength and weakness are not opposites. They are two sides of the same coin. There is no strength without vulnerability, no courage without fear, no love without risk. And so, if you wish to understand someone deeply, do not look only at their strength. Look at the things they fear. Look at what they run from, what makes them hesitate, what causes them to retreat into themselves. And then ask yourself, do you recognize the same within yourself? Because in the end, to see another person's weakness is also to see your own. The things you notice in others, their insecurities, their fears, their unspoken wounds, are often reflections of the things you struggle to accept in yourself. And if you cannot make peace with your own fragility, you will never truly understand anyone else's. So perhaps the real lesson is not about spotting a woman's weakness. Perhaps it is about recognizing that in every person, behind their defenses, beyond their fears, there is a softness, a longing, a quiet hope that they are not alone in this world. And once you see that, once you understand that this so-called weakness is what makes us human, You will no longer search for it in others. Instead, you will learn to hold it gently in yourself and in those around you. And that is where real connection begins. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.